Hey guys, Matt Allen here. Welcome back to Tactical Bassin. What I want to talk to you guys about today is this rod right here. We're going to go ahead and do a quick review. This is the Dobyns 908. Monster swimbait rod. The reason I chose this one is I just picked up a new one. I've owned these rods from the time they were prototypes and we were first testing them all the way to the current rods. But wanted to talk to you about this one specifically because in the comments of some of the other videos, you guys have been asking me a lot of questions specifically about this rod. I've had 3 or 4 people ask for my take on it. Since I just picked up a backup, I wanted to talk to you about it. So the actual specs on the rod itself, it's a 908. So what that means, it's a 9'8" power. So in the world of powers, you figure a jig rod is like a 4 to 5 power. Crankbait rods can be anywhere from like a 3 to 5 power. 6 power is going to be like frogging or ultra heavy flipping. Then you got 7 power, which is like crazy strong. Then you have 8 powers. It's like in a league all its own. They rate it 25 to 80 pound line, 8 to 30 ounces. 30 ounces. This is a monster rod. Couple of things about this rod that I noticed right away. It's not a true 9-footer. I have the original prototypes. That was a 9-footer. This is actually an 8'10". It's neither here nor there. It's not a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Just letting you know, it's an 8'10". It is a broomstick. I mean, a strong rod. It really will throw the biggest custom baits out there. I think the heaviest bait that I have is up around like the 20 to 22 ounce range. It's a monster 14-inch bait, just humongous. And this throws it like it's nothing. Absolutely an amazing rod if you want to throw those giant baits. But what's most important is where's the cutoff, right? That's what you really want to know. You know it'll throw some monster custom bait. You want to know, will it throw a Huddleston? Will it throw a slide swimmer? Will it throw a Hinkle? Right, that's what really matters. So where does it land on baits that you already own? If you buy this rod, is this a dedicated rod, or is this a rod that will do multiple things for you? When this rod was first designed, we designed it to still have some tip section. It's got some flex. So it does surprisingly well with treble hook baits. Now, it can be overkill on anything smaller than about 10 inches. It essentially, it's overkill. But you can do it. I have stuck fish on an 8-inch head on this rod just to see how it would feel. I've actually caught a lot of 8-inch head fish on this rod. I felt like the rod was a little bit too much for it. I mean, almost like there's so much rod that when those fish would eat it, normally you crack that hook set. I didn't even do that. I'd be like, that's it. You got them. It was more rod than you needed, but it did work. But for say the 10-inch head, the Batesmith Magnum, and then on the hard bait side, from a slide swimmer on up, I actually throw a slide swimmer on a little lighter rod, personal preference, but I know a lot of guys that throw it effectively on this rod. And then anything larger than that, any of the giant triple trouts, any of the custom baits that are available now, the Hinkle, I've thrown the Hinkle shad on it a lot. Fish is fine, but the Hinkle trout in particular is perfect for that. It is a large reel seat, so you're going to want to pair it. Oh, we got a boat running by. We'll let him cruise through here. It is a large reel seat, so you want to be careful what reels you pair it with. You want to pair it with a large reel. I've got a Tranx 300. The high speed is what I've got on this particular rod. It fits perfectly. Tranx 400 fits well too. But I also throw the Calcutta Conquest quite a bit. The 300 Conquest fits phenomenal. Perfect fit and feel in the hand. But so far this Tranx, super comfortable fit as well. Today was the first day I threw it with this reel and have not stuck a fish on it yet, but it's totally a solid combination. Very, very happy with that. So overall, Dobyns 908, I mean, it's a winner. It's proven. We've caught, I don't know that I've caught hundreds of fish on this rod, but I've probably caught 50 or 60 fish on it. And I'm very, very happy with that 908 blank. The key with those giant rods like this is that you still want tip section, right? A lot of companies build those pool cues, and it feels like you're using a pool cue, right? The tip flexes the same as the butt. I do not like that. So years ago when we were working on this rod and Gary and I were talking a lot about it, it was important to me that even though it was a monster rod, there was still tip, and Gary took that and ran. He produced a very, very nice rod. So if you're in the big bait market for the true giant baits, absolutely the 908 is the way you want to go. If you are looking for a rod that will do everything, definitely not my first choice. But if it's a filler rod, if you're adding it in with, say, one other swim bait rod, you can cover the range, because it will come all the way down to an 8-inch Hud. Not necessarily ideal. The 10-inch Hud is a perfect fit, but you can do it. So if you have another rod to cover the other end of the spectrum, between them, you've got it covered. So not necessarily your first swim bait rod purchase, but if you plan to throw the big stuff, it's a winner. It's probably the best production option out there. You know, there's a lot of custom rods, but from a production standpoint, phenomenal choice. I hope that helps you guys. I hope that gives you a little more insight than you would have had on your own. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll talk to you soon.